watching News Mongolia on MNB World. And for our top stories, we have National Flag Day of Mongolia, celebrating unity and tradition. BBC World Questions hosted in Ulaanbaatar. My Mongolian Naadam Festival celebrates cultural heritage in the BENELUX countries. For other news, stay tuned. Since 2008, Mongolia has celebrated National Flag Day on July 10th each year to show respect to the national flag, a symbol of the Mongolian state, to commemorate its historical customs and traditions, and to strengthen national unity. This significant day features a military parade where over 1,500 servicemen from 15 state military and law enforcement agencies participate, paying homage to the national flag.
The current flag of Mongolia in use since 1992 is a combination of red, blue and red. According to Chapter 1, Article 12, Section 5 of the Constitution of Mongolia, the national flag of Mongolia is red, blue and combination of red colors. The middle part of the flag, which is 1/3 of the size, is the blue of the eternal sky, and its two sides are red, symbolizing the rising of the sun. In the center of the red background on the left side of the flag, a gold soyump will be placed. The flag's history reflects the nation's evolving identity, with previous versions renewed in 1911, 1924, 1940, 1945 and 1960. This year's National Flag Day is celebrated on the occasion of the National Naadam Festival, marking the 103rd anniversary of the Mongolian Revolution, the 113th anniversary of Mongolian independence, the 818th anniversary of the Great Mongol Empire, and the 2233rd anniversary of Mongolia's first statehood. This practice of honoring a national flag is quite common worldwide. For instance, Canada celebrates National Flag Day on August 15, the United States on June 14, Italy on January 7th, and the European Union on May 9th. Through these celebrations, countries emphasize their respect for national symbols and the unity they represent.
On Tuesday, July 9th, the BBC World Questions program was hosted in Mongolia, bringing a panel of leading political figures to debate the country's most pressing issues in Ulaanbaatar. The event was chaired by BBC correspondent Johnny Diamond at the Chinggis Khan Museum, providing a platform for the public to engage directly with their leaders.
The event started at 7:30 p.m. with the BBC team gathering questions from attendants. Johnny Diamond engaged with the audience, facilitating a dynamic discussion. We discussed with Johnny his expectations from this program.
When you look at Mongolia, you see the stories, the challenges, the opportunities here. Obviously, they're fascinating in themselves, but they're also really interesting for the rest of the world. The environment, development, the gap between rich and poor, how an emerging democracy governs itself. All of these things are interesting for Mongolia itself, but they're also world stories, and we are world questions and world answers. So we hope that a country like Mongolia, that perhaps does not get the attention it normally gets, deserves more attention and can tell the world a few answers to the problems that faces everybody. No, not really. I know that there's been an election here, but we try to take a slightly longer view with World Questions. It's great that we've come here just after the election and the government is still being formed and all those things are in play. But we want to try and tell the story and stories of Mongolia over the last few years and decades, as well as looking forward to the next few years and decades. So it's not about the election, it's not about the big festival, it's about the country and its story.
Mongolia, historically the center of an empire stretching from the Pacific Ocean to Eastern Europe, is now the world's largest landlocked country, situated between the Russian Federation and China. Despite its rich untapped mineral resources and subsequent economic growth, Mongolia faces significant challenges such as pollution, corruption, inequality, and questions about democratic values, all of which were highlighted in the recent general elections.
Look, I don't know. We'll find out when the show and the debate happen tonight. And I can't stress enough, this is about the audience. It's great that we have the panel that we have. It's great that the politicians have come on and given us their time, and we're really grateful. But the questions come from the audience, the opinions come from the audience, the reaction comes from the audience. So we'll wait to see what they have to say, and of course what the politicians have to say, before we work out what the response has been. It's really important. We cannot just focus on the United States or on France. There are so many different ways of dealing with the problems, the challenges, the opportunities that there are all around the world. There are things that the world can learn from how Mongolia has dealt with its problems and how it faces its challenges. I really believe this. We can't always talk about America and Britain and France and Russia. We have to look at the whole world and tell its stories, the stories of smaller countries as well. There is so much to learn from all the different countries around the world, and there is so much to learn from Mongolia and the way that it faces its problems. What is fascinating, in every country we go to, people think that their problems are unique to them. Maybe their solutions are unique to them. They are not. There are global issues, whether it is pollution, the environment, the challenge of poverty. All of these things, one way or another, are played out around the world. And that is what World Questions is about. It's about asking the questions that are being asked around the world and trying to get answers that can be used around the world as well. I hope that Mongolia gives us debate and answers that will be interesting in Zambia, in South Korea, in London, in New York.
The distinguished panel included Ulaanbaatar, Member of Parliament for the Mongolian People's Party, Ulaanbaatar, Member of Parliament for the Democratic Party, Naadam, independent geopolitical analyst and election observer, and Ulaanbaatar, a citizen's representative of the Sukhbata District Council. During the debate, the upcoming parliament elections and the formation of a new joint government emerged as hot topics. These discussions reflected public concerns about governance and political stability in Mongolia. Gwennon Roberts, commissioning editor for the BBC World Service English, expressed excitement about hosting this World Questions program from Mongolia during such a pivotal time. The program promised a dynamic debate fueled by questions from the public. The event was recorded in English in front of a live audience on July 9th. The debate will be broadcast on the BBC World Service English channel on July 13th and will be available online at BBC World Service Radio, on BBC Sounds and most podcast platforms.
The annual Mongolian Naadam Festival among Mongolians in the BENELUX countries drew a large crowd, highlighting the rich cultural traditions of Mongolia. Held in the Kingdom of Belgium, Antwerp, the festival saw the Mongolian state flag hosted in stage alongside the flag of Belgium, symbolizing the collaboration and unity between the two nations.
Ambassador of Mongolia to the Kingdom of Belgium, Ulaanbaatar, inaugurated the event with a heartfelt speech expressing his appreciation to the festival attendees. The festival featured a variety of performances, including a melodious song by the Husikton Folk Ensemble, who were specially invited for the occasion. Additionally, renowned opera singers Bachchargal and Migmar Suram from the Academic Theatre of Opera and Dance of Mongolia, currently performing at the Royal Opera House of Belgium, captivated the audience with their powerful voices. The festival attracted Mongolians and foreigners from Sweden, France, Germany, Luxembourg, Poland, Hungary, and the Czech Republic, underscoring its wide appeal. Organized by the United Council of Mongolians NGOs in the Kingdom of Belgium, in cooperation with the Embassy of Mongolia, the event aimed to celebrate and promote Mongolian culture and heritage. Mukhtilgar, General Secretary of the Council of Mongolians Abroad, delivered a speech highlighting future cooperation and introduced the brand guide of the Mongolian Naadam, emphasizing the significance of preserving and promoting Mongolian cultural identity. I'm thrilled to share some significant milestones with you today. In 2021, we initiated the branding of the Mongolian Naadam Festival. This concept was introduced to President Horsuk, who wholeheartedly supported our vision. I'm pleased to announce that the Ministry of Culture formally approved our branding initiative this year. This marks the first time we can introduce and elaborate on the branding of Naadam.
I am delighted to see such a well-organized event that has attracted visitors from various European countries. This year's Naadam coincides with an important election period, making our gathering even more significant as we celebrate our heritage and look forward towards the future. A heartfelt thank you goes to the organizers for their hard work and dedication in making this festival a success.
I am delighted to be here today, having traveled from France more than 1,000 kilometers away with my family. It fills me with pride to be part of the celebration of our rich culture and heritage. I'm touched that our national heritage is being promoted through this festival. A highlight of the festival was the wrestling competition featuring the best young wrestlers from various provinces and a total of 32 foreign wrestlers. Batbayer, a sambo master from Jaralansum in Orkhon province, and gold medalist of the 2024 sambo competition held in Switzerland, emerged as the champion for the third time. Purufbayer, a judo master from the same province, secured the first runner-up position. Notably, Tom Brandenbreeks, Bocardo Luca from Belgium, and Jacopo Picali from Italy also performed admirably in the Mongolian wrestling matches. One of the unique aspects of the festival was the on-stage training of young wrestlers, providing a live demonstration of traditional Mongolian wrestling techniques. The festival, which traditionally includes horse racing, archery, and wrestling, aims to introduce and preserve the nomadic civilization's heritage for future generations. The Mongolian Naadam Festival successfully celebrated Mongolian culture and heritage, fostering a sense of community among Mongolians living abroad and showcasing vibrant traditions to a global audience.
Now let's take a look at Mongolia's current affairs.
As part of the defense collaboration between Mongolia and India, the nomadic elephant joint military exercise is being conducted at the Indian Army training base in Shillong, Meghalaya from July 3 to 16, 2024. During the opening ceremony, Mongolia's ambassador to India, Kambolt Tampchau, highlighted that the nomadic elephant exercise exemplifies the strong defense ties between the two nations. He emphasized the importance of sharing experiences and military strategies, as well as enhancing coordination during peacekeeping missions. The exercise first took place in Mongolia in 2004, involving personnel from the 150th Regiment of the Mongolian Armed Forces. This year's exercise again includes participants from the 150th Regiment, featuring several female officers. Under the cooperation of the Tourism Department of the capital city, the Ministry of Culture, the Mongolian Tourism Association, and Mongol Costumes, the Delta Mongol 2024 National Costume Festival was held at Sukbata Square for the 18th time on July 9th. The festival was a showcase of vibrant fashion show depicting national costumes, national games, fairs, and trades of handicrafts. In the evening, a performance titled Delta Disco by modern bands and singers was held for children and youth. The festival aims to promote Mongolian culture and heritage, particularly the traditional Mongolian costume, the Del, as well as ethnic costumes and accessories. It also strives to pass down the rich culture and traditions to the younger generation. A parade of people in national costumes and competitions of persons in beautiful Dels were held as a tradition during the festival, highlighting the elegance and diversity of Mongolian attire. Through these events, the festival successfully emphasizes the importance of preserving and celebrating Mongolia's cultural heritage.
Well, that's all for today. Thank you for staying with us. We'll see you on Thursday with more stories and updates. Have a nice evening. Goodbye.